What if I told you that alcohol not only affects your body, but can also rewire your brain in ways you never imagined? Today, we're diving into the science of how alcohol changes your brain. Some of these facts will blow your mind. Whether you're a social drinker, someone who likes to wind down with a glass of wine, or maybe you're just curious about the science, this video is for you. And trust me, there's more going on in your brain after that drink than you might think. Let's start with the basics. When you drink alcohol, the ethanol in it crosses the blood-brain barrier pretty quickly, within minutes. Once inside, it starts messing with your neurotransmitters, which are the brain's chemical messengers. You know that buzzed feeling? That's alcohol increasing the effects of a neurotransmitter called GABA. GABA is what calms down your brain activity, making you feel relaxed or even sleepy. That's why alcohol is considered a depressant. But here's something a lot of people don't know. Alcohol doesn't just slow your brain down temporarily. Over time, regular drinking can change the actual structure of your brain. Okay, here's a fact that's going to surprise you. Did you know that alcohol shrinks your brain? Yeah, long-term alcohol use can lead to brain shrinkage, particularly in areas like the frontal lobe, which is responsible for decision-making and self-control. This is why heavy drinking over time can make it harder for people to think clearly or make good decisions, even when they're sober. And here's something even crazier. Alcohol messes with your memory in real time. It actually affects a part of your brain called the hippocampus, which helps you form new memories. Ever blacked out after a night of heavy drinking? That's not because you were too drunk to remember. It's because your brain physically couldn't create memories in the first place during those moments. Now here's one more mind-blowing fact. Did you know that alcohol can actually make your brain crave more alcohol? It changes the reward pathways in your brain by flooding it with dopamine, the feel-good chemical. But over time, your brain starts to require more and more alcohol to get that same dopamine rush, leading to addiction. This is why alcohol is so tricky. It starts with a little buzz, but it can turn into a dependency without you even realizing it. Let's talk about something we don't often associate with alcohol: our emotions. Ever noticed how some people get emotional after a few drinks? That's because alcohol directly affects the brain's limbic system, which controls emotions like fear, aggression, and pleasure. As alcohol reduces inhibition and increases impulsivity, it can amplify whatever emotions you're already feeling. So if you're stressed or upset, alcohol can make those feelings even more intense. And that's why some people become more anxious, sad, or even angry when they drink. Have you ever heard people say that alcohol helps them fall asleep? While it might feel that way at first, alcohol actually interferes with the quality of your sleep. Here's what's really happening. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the deep restorative phase that your brain needs to function properly. So even if you pass out quickly after a few drinks, your brain doesn't get the quality sleep it needs to refresh and recover. Over time, this lack of deep sleep can lead to issues like memory problems, irritability, and even depression. Here's a lesser-known fact. Alcohol doesn't just affect your brain directly. It also messes with your gut, which can then impact your brain. This is called the gut-brain connection. Alcohol can damage your gut lining and alter your microbiome, the community of bacteria in your stomach. This can lead to inflammation that travels up to your brain, potentially causing mood disturbances, anxiety, and even depression. Basically, drinking too much can trigger a chain reaction that leaves both your gut and your brain worse off. So it's a good idea to take care of both. Ever wonder why people tend to make riskier decisions when they've had a few drinks? That's alcohol interfering with your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for judgment and impulse control. Alcohol dulls this area of the brain, which means that when you're drinking, you're more likely to take risks you wouldn't normally take, whether it's dangerous behavior, spending too much money, or saying things you might regret. That's why even a couple of drinks can lead to situations where people wake up the next morning asking, "What was I thinking?" Let's talk long-term. While occasional drinking may not cause permanent damage, heavy or chronic alcohol use can lead to serious cognitive decline over time. Studies show that heavy drinking can increase the risk of dementia and cognitive impairment. In fact, people who drink excessively over a long period can experience early onset of conditions like Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. The damage to memory, problem-solving skills, and judgment can become irreversible. So it's important to think about not just the short-term effects, but how alcohol use today could affect your brain health down the road. So, whether you enjoy the occasional drink or you're rethinking your relationship with alcohol, it's important to know exactly what's going on in your brain. The effects go way beyond a fun night out. The more you know, the better choices you can make. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.